Does anyone say okie dokie any longer in the entire universe apart from me? Okay, I'm just waiting for Facebook to do its magic and just to tell me that I'm live, and I certainly am. Hello to all of you. So this is my last video before Christmas time. I promise you that I'm not gonna be buggering you for the next few days. Plus I'm gonna be moving house tomorrow. So it's gonna be a very hectic Christmas for me and my family. And I'm so excited to start a new chapter as well. First of all, I would like to thank you, all of you, for being here, all 658 of you. It has been a magical year for me. It has been a magical year for the HA community, for the HA recovery program. Jade Cameron has been working in the community with me. We did the HA recovery challenge together. It has a massive year. It has been a massive year, full of surprises, full of challenges, full of wonderful, wonderful, wonderful things. I cannot wait for 2022 to bring even more wonderful things my way, your way, everyone's way. I feel really, really great about the end of this year and the beginning of a new one. But Christmas always makes me happy because it has always been my favorite time of the year, even though it can be very triggering. And it was very triggering for me when I had an eating disorder and I was dealing with hypothalamic amenorrhea. So today I'm going to share 5 tips that I really hope that you are going to find useful. And if you don't, please let me know. If you do, please let me know. So maybe I can come up with more tips that are going to make your silly season a little bit easier to deal with. So most of you during Christmas time, they visit friends and family that they haven't seen for a very long time. They go back to their old places, they go back and stay with mom, dad, or maybe grandmothers, granddads, places that they haven't visited for a very, very long time. So that must definitely be taken into consideration, because when you see friends and family that you haven't seen for a long time, comments are very normal, and triggering sentences are basically, they're gonna happen, 100%. So tip number 1 is how to deal with comments in a Christmas scenario. So for example, you're having lunch with your aunt that you haven't seen for like 12 months or even a couple of years because of this wonderful pandemic. And she says something like, oh, you gained weight. Oh, even better, she says, so the biological clock is ticking. When are you going to have the first, second, third child? Oh, she's basically trigger you. She's going to trigger you. She's going to remind you of something that you want, but is not happening for you right now. What I did back in the past would say, look, this is what I'm trying to achieve, but this is what happened, and this is what I'm going to try and do. But what about you? So I will make it really complicated, and I will go down a rabbit hole that didn't make anyone happy, because the person that was talking to me basically lost interest within a couple of seconds. And I instead felt very frustrated because I couldn't really explain myself as I wanted to. I wasn't really advocating for myself, and I found it really, really frustrating. So something that I instead love doing at the moment is using the pass the cracker excuse. So I'll give you an example. How is that little house of you doing? Because, you know, like some people think that by the age of 40, you need to live in a mansion, which is something that I don't want to do ever, because I'm afraid of big houses. But anyway, so someone can say, how is the little house going, Claudia? And my answer, instead of getting triggered, is it's going extremely well. Thank you. Can you please pass me the crackers? And then ask that person a question back. Most of the time, people use triggering question as a conversation starter because they don't know any better. But the reality is that they just want to talk about themselves. So instead of allowing them to give you the opportunity of feeling triggered, simply say, great, minute. I noticed that you put on some weight. Oh, fantastic. Thank you. Can you please pass me the cracker? And how was your last holiday? Or how is your dog? How is your cat? If they ask you, When are you going to have your first baby? Because, you know, your biological clock is ticking. Oh, it's going very well. Thank you for asking. Can you pass me the cracker? And then ask them a question. So I think that you get the gist of it. It's about diffusing the situation. So it's going to be easier for you to deal with comments and with triggering sentences when you don't allow space for them. So always use the pass the cracker statement. It works wonderfully. And as I said before, we all are dealing with our own issues, even your aunt, your uncle, your cousin, your friends from high school. We are all dealing with something and we all get triggered by something. So it's up to you this Christmas to actually get out of this triggering and a reacting situation, but simply have a Merry Christmas and ask someone to pass you the crackers. Okay, so that's tip number one. And now I'm gonna take a nice sip of my decaf coffee that my lovely colleague just brought in for me, and I love drinking it when it's hot. So I do apologize for that. Second one is, if you go back to your old house, or if you go back and stay somewhere where you used to live when you were deeply entrenched in your eating disorder, you may find it triggering, because we get triggered by words, by smells, by people, by the environment we are in. So for example, if you go back in your old room where you used to have the scale, where you used to weigh yourself every single day, the first thing that I invite you to do is to actually clear up the room. So obviously put the scale away and hide everything that you find extra triggering, but also move the furniture around. Make an old space something new. Makes it so that it's comfortable for the person that you are nowadays. And also, you're more than welcome, before you go and visit friends and families, or especially your mom, that can be triggering for some of you, feel very welcome to let them know that you don't want to discuss dieting or your weight or your body as a topic of conversation. I remember that one time I had to tell my mom before flying back to Italy that I didn't want to receive a single comment on my body. And if I did, I was going to jump on the next plane back to Australia. And I know that this sounds very harsh and it was a very strong statement, but I had to protect myself. And I knew that if I didn't protect myself, I would go back to old patterns and ingrained behaviors that I had worked so hard to get rid of. So the first thing that I did when I went back home, walked into my old room, got rid of the scale, changed the furniture around, made it pretty, made it very comfortable, reminded all the people around me that I didn't want to talk about my weight. And then every single time that someone that didn't know me very well made a comment about anything that I didn't want to discuss, it's going great. Thank you so much. Can you pass me the crackers? So these are two tips that can definitely be implemented very easily, and that can be quite helpful during the Christmas period. The third one is, okay, it's Christmas. There is something that is called Santa Claus. It doesn't matter if you believe in it or not, or if you believe it just for the sake of your children, but you can still write yourself a list of all the things that you want. Because let me ask you, when was the last time that you actually wrote yourself a list of the things that you want? Well, maybe if you're part of the Chair Recovery Program, you have just done it, because that's something that it's fun and we enjoy doing it, especially in the first few weeks after you join the program. But generally speaking, if you have not been part of any program, or if you're not part of the Chair community, or if you have not done the work, when was the last time that you wrote down the things that you really want? Maybe you did also if you're part of the Chair Recovery Challenge, but maybe not. So this is your time to write a letter to Santa Claus, or even better, write a letter to yourself. What do you want? What do you want to let go this year and this Christmas? And what do you want to bring in into next year? So do you want to bring in the MyFitnessPal app, another calorie counting app, your fitness watch? Do you want to bring in the weights and the gym shoes and the hours of the gym? your food rules, your fear foods, or do you just want to let it go and you want to bring in more goals like freedom around food, the ability of going to a restaurant and order what you want, the ability of choosing the restaurant and the clothing that really fits you, that you really like, because that's the person that you're going to be in 2022. I find it this time of the year really special because it can be seen as the closing of a chapter and the starting of a new one. So how do you want to close your chapter? How do you want to start the new one? You can even write down a list of all the things that you want to let go and then burn it and just, let it go. Poof, magic, gone. And then write a list of the things that you want to achieve or bring in with you into the new year. And then stick it somewhere in your next to your laptop, computer, keep it in your purse, in your bag, in your car, stick it to the fridge, bathroom mirror. Just remind yourself every single day of where you're going or who you want to be, who you want to become. So when this time of the year, when the routine is all over the shop, gets a little bit too much for you and it provokes some sort of anxiety, just bring out your journal and start writing all the things that you don't want any longer and all the things that you instead want. And then focus on the things that you want. As I said 10,000 times before, just give your subconscious mind very clear direction. In 2022, I want this. I am this. Clear identity. Okay? Another sip of this wonderful coffee. It's always so sad when the coffee finishes. But anyway, I am a big coffee drinker. And yeah, that's it. I love my coffee. That's the reason because I married a man that works in the coffee industry. Okay, joking apart, I feel very happy, very revitalized today because, as I said before, I love this time of the year. I feel very positive about all the things that are happening in the world, and I know that COVID is a reality that lots of you are facing, and that we are facing as well currently as we speak. But there are so many beautiful things that has been happening also because of this pandemic. People have gotten together more. People have discovered what really means living a life and what they really want from life. They've changed priorities. They've changed the world. There is less pollution in the world. Okay, so I'm getting completely sidetracked, but meaning we can always focus on the things that are going very well. Because once that you start focusing on the things that are going pear-shaped, guess what you're gonna get? So the third tip is, I'm pretty sure that you are shopping because of someone that you love. I'm pretty sure that you are entering a shop that normally you wouldn't go to just to buy someone that you love, something that you think that they deserve. Well, the good news is that I invite you to do the same for yourself this time around. So let's say, for example, that you have been avoiding a lingerie shop because it's too expensive, because you don't deserve to wear lingerie or anything beautiful or sexy, or because you don't think that it's worth your while to spend money on yourself. So the beautiful thing is that because it's Christmas time, all the shops are filled with people. And so you're not going to have 10 salesperson attacking you as soon as you enter the shop. So I deeply invite you to start browsing around the shop and pick all the items that you like, even though you wouldn't wear them normally, or that you've never tried before, simply because it's fun. And then take them to the fitting rooms. Don't even check the label. If you like a specific pair of jeans, just grab 3 of them. The same pair of jeans, different sizes. You don't need to know a number, especially because you know that the numbers changes dramatically between one brand and another. So just pick the things that really, I don't know, spark your soul, something that you have never tried, something that you think that it's fun. Bring them to the fitting room and try them out and see how you feel after that. For example, like something really sexy, a nice lingerie, something that is super expensive that you have never thought of buying for yourself. Simply play around with you. Instead of going into a shop with a scarcity mentality, oh, I don't need to spend more than $50, or I don't have a budget to buy that, or I cannot afford that, or I'm not gonna really wear that dress more than once. Just go and have fun. Why? Simply because, for the sake of it. Because if you have been dealing with an eating disorder or disordered behaviors for a long time, I'm pretty sure that you're struggling with spending money on you, feeling that you deserve, and feeling that you deserve to feel comfortable and to look nice. Play around with being feminine. Play around with being you or the person that you want to become. And for goodness sake, simply have fun. And then at the end of the day, if you're shopping and you find something that you really like, maybe just buy it. You know, we all deserve a Christmas present. And I know that a couple of you that are possibly watching this video today have given themselves the HA recovery program as a Christmas present. And I am so happy to be your to be part of your Christmas present. So good on you for doing that. Okay, so I think that I just have one tip left. Yeah, so pass a cracker, move the furniture around, write or change your environment, write down a list of the things that you want. Just go out there and try something nice, try something different, play up, have fun with yourself. And the last one, it all goes back to the cluttering. This is a good time of the year to get rid of the things that we don't want to bring next year in terms of thoughts, actions, beliefs, but even material stuff. Um, I don't know about you, but a few years back, they gave me a candle, you know, like those nice, expensive candle that they smell so beautiful and they come in an incredible, good looking jar and they sit in somewhere for the longest time because you think that you have to save that candle for a special moment or for a time that where you deserve to use that candle. You basically are saving it for the future. And then you get to the end of it that you throw it away when you clean up the house because you don't have space for the candle any longer. You give it to someone else, so you re-gift it, or you end up simply not using it. And then it gets covered in dust, you forget about it, it doesn't look as appealing. So your job for today is to actually find that candle and start burning it. Start burning it for yourself. Because as I said before, you deserve nice things in life. Okay, let go of the scarcity mentality. Maybe that's something that you really don't need in 2022. But going back to the last tip, and sorry if I got sidetracked for the 10th time today, is about decluttering. Decluttering all the things that you really don't need. And normally during Christmas time, everyone has a break, like a couple of days, 3 days, a week, a couple of weeks. I don't know how about your working schedule, but I'm pretty sure that you will have a few hours just to go through all the things that you don't need any longer. And I know that that was the task of the first day on the HA Recovery Challenge. So if you've done it during the challenge, fantastic, but maybe there is still something else that you can declutter. And if you have not done the challenge, well, it's fantastic. If this is the first time that you hear about it, just get rid of all the things that don't serve you any longer. The skinny jeans, the scale, the some accounts on social media. What else can it be? Books, magazines, a TV series, friends, gym membership. There are so many things that we can get rid of that. And when you do that, first of all, you're not going to remind it every single day of the person that you were and that you don't want to be any longer. You're not going to get triggered every single day. And possibly you're also going to save money or you're going to make someone happy. Because, for example, if you go through your wardrobe and you get rid of all the things that you don't need, then you can pass them on to someone that really needs them. And especially during this time of the year, there are lots of people that need your help and your support. So how about that? You can do like a nice action, be very charitable, and at the same time, make space for something new. Because when we declutter the old, we make space for new things to come our way. All right, team. So I think that I've pretty much summed up the 5 tips that can make your Christmas time a little bit easier. I know this for some of you is quite triggering because guess what? The routine is all over the place. You have one social event after another. So sometimes instead of thinking, oh my God, Christmas time is coming, I'm gonna eat so much food and then I'm not gonna have time to exercise on Boxing Day, and then we're going on holiday and the worst is gonna happen. So instead of allowing your mind to go 1 week from now and play up the worst case scenario, take one single day at a time. Just focus on the things that you want, what you want to achieve. Breathe in and breathe out from your belly, because most of us are shallow breathers. And find every single day a pocket of time where you come back to being yourself. And remember that you get to do Christmas. You get to spend some free time with your family. You get to go out of your routine. So these are wonderful things that are happening at the moment. And it's up to you if you want to take advantage of them. You don't have to, but you get to, which is the most wonderful thing ever, if you think about it. Alrighty, I think that I've been blabbering for a little bit too long today. So I hope to speak to you in the next few days or during next year. You know where to find me. I wish you all a Merry Christmas. If you want to be part of the chair recovery protocol with Jade and I will be thrilled to have you there. But for now, I wish you the best, best, bested Christmas and Boxing Day, and love you and leave you. Bye for now.